Big red Atog, let's go. So guys, this is an X Point deck. If you want to find out more about this awesome format, please check the links below. So our main strategy is to use absolutely broken mana rocks to pump out really big creatures as early as turn 2. Clearly, Mana Vault and Sol Ring are by far the best at doing this, but we need more than just those, so we got some Fellwar Stones too. So these are the bombs we're trying to ramp out. Triskelion, definitely the best. Juggernaut, definitely the worst, just because it dies to Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning, but they're all pretty good, and especially if you play them on turn 2 or 3, they're all great, especially against non-red decks. So Atog, it looks very unassuming at 1-2, but it can eat so many things in our deck, and it can also eat 4 of our lands because we are playing Mishra's Factories. Getting this thing up to 9 or 11 power, it's really not too difficult. And we can also sack our Su-Chis for mana to make a massive fireball out of nowhere. Opponents really never expect it, and I have done more than 20 points with fireballs a bunch of times. We can also sacrifice our Tetravus tokens, giving our Atog +8 as it makes 4 little artifacts. And we have removal for days, nothing small is getting anywhere near our deck. We can pump out massive fireballs because we have loads of mana, and we can also use those as opponent removal later on in the game when they're nearly dead. So Chaos Orb, it just goes without saying, it's a great card if you can afford one. Same with Strip Mine, will go in any deck if you've got one. We're playing 17 mountains, giving us a total of 22 lands. It's not that many for a deck with this many big things in it, but we do have a lot of mana ramp. So as I said before, this is an X Point deck, so we're limited to 10 points worth of cards from this list. Now, I use 2 for Wheel of Fortune. With all our mana ramp and burn spells, it's basically like a draw 7. It's really crazy good. Factories and Sol Ring, they're just great cards that also synergize very well with our deck. And Maze is just for the 1 extra leftover point, and it's a good card against flyers, which is something that our deck definitely is happy to have. So all the usual sideboard suspects are there, except we've also got Disc as well, just as an extra sweeper, and also to give us something to interact with enchantments and combos with. We're also playing 1 Gravity Sphere because we don't like flyers. Our deck is a mid-range deck, meaning we fall somewhere between aggro and control. So against aggro decks, we're trying to grind them out until our big creatures can take over the game. Against control, we're trying to beat them down with a fast threat, and just hope that our burn spells can finish off the game. The deck's really fun, it's got tons of removal, it's got tons of iconic big robot creatures. The synergy is unreal, everything works so well together. We're not so good against flyers, and we're really mana hungry. If you'd like to splash a different colour, there's tons of great options to do that, just whatever you prefer really. And there's also tons of other artifacts that you could consider playing. I don't play any of these because I prefer ramping out really big creatures very fast, but you play whatever you like. This is the list, and I actually used this to win X Points number 6. And you can get $20 for free on orders over $100 with purplemana.com if you sign up using the reference code on the left. I'll also put it in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me out a ton, and they have tons of high-end old school cards and great pre-modern foils.